Hi everybody, this is Sue, and it is June the 8th, it's a Saturday. It is about 4:10 in the afternoon, and we are still working on 9603, Simplicity 9603. And I deleted the video I made earlier this afternoon because the whole thing was just a disaster. So I tried sewing the skirt and the bodice together, and that didn't work. So I've had to come up with a different idea. Now let me show you what I've done so far. And okay, I'm gonna drop this down, so give me a minute here. I can rub it down so you can see this. At least I hope you can. Okay, all I can see is a reflection, so I'm not sure. Okay, as we discussed, this is the bodice. We're going to put in a 1-inch stitching line, or stay stitching line. This will be the line that we sew the bodice and the skirt together, and then we're supposed to cut it down to 1/4 of an inch. So I put in a stay stitching line where that's supposed to be cut off. So, but this is huge. It is extremely long, and so I've tried sewing just from one end to the other. That did not work. I got down to the end and it started to bunch up on me. So while I was taking that out, I began thinking about, how do I do this? Well, I think the answer is to sew it in quadrants. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pin it together, start in the back, in the middle, and sew out to the side seam, come back to the middle, back stitch and everything, and sew out to the side seam. Then take the fronts and sew from the front middle. This is going to be in the middle of the front. Sew from here. Oh God! Somebody with a motorcycle or something. I'm not sure. Anyway, this is the center front. I don't know if you can see that or not. This is the center front right here. So we're going to start here at the center front, and we're going to sew to the side seam. But we're going to start in the back, in the middle of the back, and I put I even pressed a center line here, so I would know where the center is, and then sew, so that we're sewing this in quadrants. We're going to sew from the middle front to the side seam. Well, actually, we're going to start here in the back. We're going to sew from the center back to the side seam, center back, side seam, center front to the side seam, center front to the side seam. And hopefully that will keep that from bunching up. That is the goal, is to keep it from bunching up and sewing down flat like it's supposed to be. So what I'm going to do now, I thought about putting some stabilizer on here, and I was kind of pressing it on, and I realized I couldn't see the stay stitching, so I couldn't see where I was supposed to be sewing that. So I took that all off. So what I'm going to do, if I can keep it from falling down, but it's so huge. Okay, I'm going to start by matching up the center back, and I'm just going to put a clip right there for right now. And I'm going to go out here to the side seams, and for right now, right here on the side seams, I'm going to put a clip right there to match those side seams up. And where's the side seam? There it is. Okay. And then the center fronts, I'm going to clip those together. Now I'm going to pin these two stay stitching lines together. And I'm going to pin them pointing in the direction that they should go in. Just as a reminder, it goes this way. So I'm going to start here in the center back. Here's my pin visual. Start here in the center back, and I'm going to pin with the pins pointing that way. Make sure that these stitching lines match up. They have to match up. Yeah. And so, and then I'm going to put clips in to make sure this holds together like it's supposed to. And then this would go like this. Now, see what I've done here? I haven't done the front yet, but you get the idea. These pins are pointing this way. These pins are pointing this way. So I'm going to sew from the center front. I'm going to sew this way to the side seam, center back, sew to the side seam, and then the center front to the side seam, center front to the side seam. And we'll put the clips up in here just to help hold everything in place. And because otherwise, I think it's just not going to work. In fact, I know it's not going to work because I tried it. So, see right here, I've got a problem. See how that is frayed? That is a problem. And I have a friend who's a quilter, and I talked to her, and I told her, I said, my fabric is fraying so badly. And she said, yes, new fabric is fraying terribly. She said, I'm noticing it in my quilting. I'm noticing, and she is a world-class quilter. She has quilts that are on the world tour, and she's noticing a problem with fabrics fraying that didn't used to fray. So, now look, right here, I have a problem, right here. This is stretched out, or it's too long, or something. Now, so how do I do that? I'm going to have to ease that in. Okay, what I'm seeing right here is I have a problem. I have too much fabric here. I'm going to have to ease this in. This is, it is pointing it out to me. By doing this in sections, it's pointing out to me that there is a problem. Ouch. All right. So, I have a little bit of a problem here, but it's not bad. But over here on this side, there's a big problem here. So now, because I need these side seams to match up, I have got to figure out how to ease this in on this front right here, on this front side. How am I going to get that eased in there? Because this front has to match up, these side seams have to match up, and I've got I think it's stretched, is what I think has happened to it. It has stretched. Now, what do I do about that? I've got to ease that in, but how? I don't have enough fabric to cut another skirt. And so I've somehow got to ease that in. And the problem is here. Okay, I'm going to pause this video while I figure this out, and then I will be back. So thank you very much for watching.